Hey friend, it's me, Devin Marvell, back again with another video. Thank you guys so much for clicking on this video. Make sure that you guys all like, comment, and subscribe. I mean, if you're into that kind of thing. If you're not, I totally understand. But hopefully by the time you get to the end of this video, you decide that you are into that kind of thing, right? I just wanted to bring you here today, friends, so that we could talk about this new Lady Gaga album. Have you heard it yet? Friend, tell me that you've heard this new Lady Gaga album. Let's get into it, shall we? So this is Lady Gaga's 6th studio album. Can you believe it? 6th album. It seems like just yesterday she came out with Just Dance, that record play, Just Dance. But let's get into a little bit of the background of this album. The title of the album, Chromatica, is the name of a fantasy planet that Gaga has created where equality rules. It's a location in her mind where all sounds and colors mix. Gaga describes it as, she said, I live on Chromatica. That is where I live. I went into my frame. I found Earth, deleted it. Earth is canceled. I live on Chromatica. And all I have to say to that is, yes, sis, where do I sign up? How do I become a citizen of Chromatica where everything is la 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 and daisies and all that good stuff? Because like she said, Earth is canceled, especially in 2020. This has been such an insane year for America, but I just feel like Earth all around, everywhere, all over the planet is going through this crazy shift. So the album is broken up into 3 parts, Chromatica Part 1, Chromatica Part 2, Chromatica Part 3. Gaga says that the beginning of the album symbolizes for me the beginning of my journey to healing. It goes right into this grave string arrangement where you feel this sort of pending doom. That is what happens if I face all the things that scare me. It is setting the stage for a more cinematic experience with this world. That is how I make sense of things. So she's pretty much setting this album up like an experience, like a journey, and you definitely get that vibe as we go through. So now that we know a little bit about the background of the album, as we go through each song, I'm also going to be going over things that Gaga has said about these songs. She did interview with Beats One, Apple Radio, Zane Lowe, where she went a little bit more into the album. So I definitely want to make sure that when we're going over the songs that we understand where Gaga was coming from, okay? So now that we know a little bit about the background, let's actually get into this album, shall we? Okay, so the album begins with the intro titled Chromatica 1. Well, I just want to start off by saying I really appreciate the fact that Gaga has these intros and these interludes on this album, because I grew up in a time where it was common for artists to have like intros and outros and interludes and little skits on their album. Like, I'm a huge TLC fan, and TLC used to do that all the time, and it was one of my favorite parts of their albums. I used to have Lil' Kim used to do that a lot. To name somebody that more recently that's done it, Kendrick Lamar on his Good Kid, Mad City album did really good like transitions and interludes and stuff like that. So I just really feel like things like that add to the album's experience. It doesn't feel like, oh, this artist just went in, put a bunch of songs together and put out this project. No, like it really feels like the artist sat and created a body of work that they wanted us to listen to from beginning to end. So the album begins with the intro titled Chromatica 1. It's a very cinematic score like opening. It's got like this buildup of strings, which it kind of takes you like through this like range of emotions. Like, it really feels like, okay, we're watching the beginning of a journey. We're watching the beginning of a film. Where is Gaga about to take us on this journey? We have no clue, but we know it's going somewhere. So Chromatica 1 transitions into the first track, which is Alice. As soon as that beat dropped, I knew that we were in for a good time with this album. It already has like that 90s dance house sound which I love. And I have been wanting Gaga and just other pop artists to experiment with this sound for so long, because it's so good. It's classic. It's classic. So it's given me that kind of late 90s, early 2000s dance and electronic sound. Like I said, this is a sound I've wanted Gaga to experiment with for a while, just because it's perfect for her. So let's get into the lyrics a little bit. So my name isn't Alice, but I'll keep looking for Wonderland. So obviously this is a nod to Alice in Wonderland, right? And I interpret this as Gaga saying she's always going to be hopeful to find a place of peace and serenity and wonder, you know, and that's her true home, and she's always going to be searching for it. She's never going to give up on the fight to find this true place of peace. I live for the robotic Gaga voice that you kind of hear a little bit. Where is it? It's like sick and tired. Oh wait, there it is. So yes, so that part right there I love, just because it's Gaga. I'm the sick and tired of waking up screaming at the top of my lungs, think I might just have or think I might have just left myself behind. Maestro, play me your symphony. I'll listen to anything. Take me on a trip, DJ, free my mind. It's just Gaga. Like I said, this just part is just Gaga. Like if I ever heard anybody try to use this cadence, this robotic type voice, I would think, oh, they got that from Gaga. It reminds me of her song Guy, G-U-I, off of her highly underrated and overly criticized album Art Pop, but we'll have to get into that another day. I don't know why people hate Art Pop. It is such a fantastic, amazing, phenomenal pop album that deserves so much more. But I think Gaga just had a lot of other criticisms and stuff going on at that time that really overshadowed that album, kind of like how Nicki Minaj did when she dropped her Queen album. There was so much going on. Reminds me of that the part of Guy where she's like, touch me, don't be sweet, love me, please retweet, let me be the girl and the you that makes you cry. I wanna be that guy. When she was talking about this track on the album, she said, I had some dark conversations with Blood Pop, who was her main collaborator on this album, about how I felt about life. I'm in the hole, I'm falling down, so down. My name isn't Alice, but I'll keep looking for Wonderland. So it's this weird experience where I'm not sure if I'm going to make it, but I'm going to try, and that's where the album really begins. And I love that theme. Let's pause right there. I'm not sure I'm going to make it, but I'm going to try. And that's really all any of us can do, child, is just try our best to make it. That's really what all of us are doing. But she's saying that she's not giving up. She's not throwing the towel in, despite the struggle she feels to find a place where she belongs. The next track is Stupid Love, which was our first introduction into this new Gaga album, because this was the first single that she had actually released off of the album. So, and it was also the first video. So this was our first complete glimpse into the planet of Chromatica, the album Chromatica and everything. Upon listening to it for the first time, I still didn't think I had a feel of what this album was going to sound like, but I was excited because I felt like, this is refreshing. Gaga's getting back to her true essence as far as pop music is concerned, because she kind of drifted off a little bit, you know, when she went to go do her Joanne thing, and then when she went to go do her A Star Is Born thing. It felt like the Gaga that we knew and loved from the Fame and the Fame Monster and Art Pop it just and Born This Way got left behind somewhere. So it's been cool because even just the looks, like in the video, felt like Gaga was getting back to the Gaga that we knew and loved. Like she's toned it down a lot in recent years, and that's really made me miss the Gaga that we grew up just knowing and loving, that was just so out there with everything. I want just a bit of love. That was my move right there. There was two moves in the video that I absolutely lived for, and that was this. I think it was something like this, just so easy like this, and then the other one, you know which one, and when she and she throws her arms up. You can't really see because I'm sitting down and I don't want to like mess up my whole situation here, but it's like she throws her legs up. Hey, yeah. The video was very cute to me. I like how simple it was. It was classic to me because we don't see enough videos these days with people going out to the desert and just dancing. A la Maya, Case of the X. I miss those days. Or Janet Jackson, You Want This? Like, can we just get our girls or our guys and go out to the desert and just dance? You know what I'm saying? I miss that. So that was fun. Gaga was in her space outfits, doing her thing. The song itself, I like, for this to be the first glimpse into the album, in Gaga's new era. It made me feel like Gaga is back. It also gives me like an 80s dance rock pop type of vibe almost, kind of like David Bowie. The all I wanted was love. That part is so David Bowie to me. Write down in the comments if you guys agree with me that this has David Bowie influence all over it, which makes sense because we know that Gaga's a super huge David Bowie, Ziggy Stardust fan, so it just makes sense. But it's cute. I really like the song. The lyrics give me this sense that Gaga is talking to a lover or a potential lover about how she is finally going to get out of her own way and let her guard down and embrace love. Specifically on this part where she's saying, you're the one that I've been waiting for. Well, this is the beginning. You're the one that I've been waiting for. Gotta quit this crying. Nobody's gonna heal me if I don't open the door. It might not even be a lover. It could just be talking about being open to just love from anybody in general, no matter how stupid the idea of love may seem. So that's kind of what I got from it. Gaga on the track Stupid Love. What does she have to say about it, y'all? In the Stupid Love video, Red and Blue are fighting. It could decidedly be a political commentary, and it's very divisive. The way that I see the world is that we are divided and that it creates a tense environment that is very extremist. And it's part of my vision of Chromatica, which is to say that it is not dystopian and it's not utopian. This is just how I make sense of things. And I wish that to be a message that I can translate to other people. Okay, y'all, so the next song is Rain on Me. If you can't tell, I love this song and I'm super excited about talking about it. I love this song so much. When I found out that Gaga and Ariana were going to be collaborating, I had no idea what this was going to sound like, just because even though they're both pop artists, they are so completely different. Gaga is like pure pop, dance, electronic, where Ariana is more R&B leaning type pop. R&B soul. So I thought it was going to be really interesting, but Gaga is just able to adapt to anything, so, and anyone that she collaborates with. So I really wasn't that worried about it. I was just curious to see how it was going to sound. And when I tell you that this song did not disappoint me at all, it did not disappoint me at all. So Gaga said on the song, when we were vocally producing her, talking about Ariana, I was sitting at the console and I said to her, everything that you care about while you sing, I want you to forget it and just sing. And by the way, while you're doing that, I'm going to dance in front of you, because we had this huge big window and she was like, oh my God, I can't, I don't know. And then she started to do things with her voice that were different. And it was the joy of two artists going, I see you. Humans do this. We all do things to make ourselves feel safe. And I always challenge artists when I work with them. I go, make it super effing unsafe and then do it again. This collaboration, it just came out so good. It came out so well. This is the second single that was released from the album, and they step all the way into their house bag, and it's so good. It's one of my favorite tracks on the album. Both of these women are singers, okay? Not singers, singers. They can sing they face off. So vocally, the vocals were there. It was amazing. It's giving me house. It makes me want to just vogue the house down. They did a video for it that was super cute. Let's get into the lyrics a little bit of this one. I didn't ask for a free ride. I only asked you to show me a real good time. I never asked for the rainfall. At least I showed up. You showed me nothing at all. And then we start getting this build-up, which songs are missing these days. Oh my gosh, I miss when songs started out and then they get to that point and you just feel it and then boom, everything explodes. This song has that. Start getting that build-up and it's coming down on me, doom, 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 water like misery, doom, 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 it's coming down on me, doom, 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 I'm ready, rain on me. I'd rather be dry, but at least I'm alive. Okay, pause. Let me first say that I thought that they were saying I'd rather be drunk, but at least I'm alive. Maybe because I've taken up drinking as a hobby since I've been quarantined and stuck in the house for these past few months. But I'd rather be dry is cool too. Also, it makes more sense. Does it? I mean, I think either one works, let's be honest, right? But I'd rather be dry, but at least I'm alive. Can we just talk about the power of that line right there? We all have our storms. We all have our rainy moments. Sometimes when that dark cloud is just floating above us, raining, just raining. But sometimes when you're going through it, you have to step back and just be like, I am still thankful. I am still blessed. This that I'm going through right now sucks. It absolutely sucks. But just like all the other storms in my life up to this point, I've gotten through it. I will get through this one. And I'm just thankful to be here. That is such a powerful message to me. And the beat is just so infectious. It just makes you bop. It just makes you bop. Ariana Grande comes in on the second verse. Living in a world where no one's innocent. Oh, but at least we try. Gotta live my truth, not keep it bottled in so I don't lose my mind. That is beautiful. It's just real. It's real. I really just love the message behind this track. There's going to be rain, there's going to be dark moments, but at least you're alive. And no matter what, live your truth, even as imperfect as it may be. I also want to note that Ariana Grande is a credited writer on this track, so that really stood out to me, showing that this is a true collaboration and that both artists really had their input on the track, and it wasn't just a situation of somebody wrote the song, gave it to GaGa, GaGa was like, all right, put her on it because it'll make it popular. Like, it was a true collaboration. I hear it, I feel it, I love it, I live for it. The next track that we have on Chromatica is called Free Woman. This one is true to GaGa as I know her as an artist. The track sounds like it could have been on Born This Way or Art Pop. It isn't one of my favorites on the album, but it's not a bad song. So like if I'm listening to the album just in its entirety from beginning to end, which I feel like this is going to be an album that I just randomly press play on, I'm not gonna skip the song, but as far as like waking up and being like, ooh, I'm in the mood to hear Free Woman, not that. But the song wasn't made for me, okay? I am a 25-year-old black gay man. This is obviously for the bad bitches out there, okay? This is for the women's, just to feel good. You know, it's a woman empowerment anthem. I love the message, y'all. I kind of wish that, side note, the song was called Free Bitch because of Bad Romance. I'm a free bitch, baby. I just thought that would have been a cool little nod. But it's a really cute track, and once you read what GaGa has to say about this track, it definitely makes it that much more meaningful. So, on Free Woman, GaGa says, I was sexually assaulted by a music producer. It's compounded all of my feelings about life, feelings about the world, feelings about the industry, what I had to compromise and go through to get where I am. And I had to put it there. And when I was able to finally celebrate it, I said, you know what? I'm not nothing without a steady hand. I'm not nothing unless I know I can. I'm still something if I don't got a man. I'm a free woman. It's me going, I no longer am going to define myself as a survivor or victim of sexual assault. I'm just a person that is free, whom went through some fucked up shit. And that's real. That's real. That definitely makes me love the song that much more. But like I said, it's not for me. It's for the free women of the world. The next song is called Fun Tonight, which kind of sounds like Free Woman a little bit. The album itself is just very cohesive. So there's some moments where you're like, if you're just listening to it from beginning to end, it's kind of, you don't realize that the song actually like changed. And it's kind of one of those moments. So Fun Tonight is the type of song to sing in the car at the top of your lungs. So yeah, so it's a fun song like to sing at the top of your lungs in the car, to play. I can, to me, the song is GaGa singing to a homie, lover, friend, whatever, and she's saying, I can see it in your face, you don't think I pull my weight. Maybe it's time for us to say goodbye. I'm not having fun tonight. In the beginning, she says to them, you love the paparazzi, love the fame, even though you know it causes me pain. I feel like I'm in a prison hell, stick my hands through steel bars and yell. It sounds like she's talking to somebody, it could be a friendship, relationship, whatever, but somebody who clearly loves the spotlight, and they love the spotlight more than they love their relationship with GaGa. To me, to be honest, I don't know if you can tell, I'm not that thrilled about Fun Tonight. It's a cute song, it's fun to sing, but it kind of feels like a filler track amongst all the other amazing tracks on this album. So I really don't have too much to say about it, to be honest. Oh, that is the first part of Chromatica. So now we hear Chromatica 2, which I should have played Chromatica 1, but we'll play Chromatica 2. So ominous. Oh, okay, so now I know exactly what I'm gonna say about this. Listen to this. That transition right there. The Chromatica 2 transition into 911 is so beautiful. It is so perfect. It is amazing. It is everything that is right in this world. Okay, it is so good. The first time I sat there and I'm just listening to it, and I'm listening to the build up, and then it just transitions into that dum, 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 and into 911, I felt something. I felt all of the things. It's just so good. It's the perfect transition. Let's talk about 911 real quick. You know I love music, and every time I hear something hot, it makes me want to move. It makes me want to have fun. But there's something about this joint right here. This joint right here, it makes me wanna, woo, let it go. Can't let this thing go, look, get away from you. Shout out to Mary J. Blige, just fine. But no, for real, this is definitely one of my favorite tracks on the album, 911. It is just good. Oh my God, it's just good. This is good pop music, and this is GaGa at her core, her true essence. The song is kind of like dark pop a little bit. It kind of gives me like the feel of like Bloody Mary off of Born This Way, or She Blay off of Born This Way. Just such a good song. The song itself, I get the vibe that she's talking about mental health and taking it on directly. Turning up emotional faders, keep repeating self-hating phrases. I have heard enough of these voices, almost like I have no choice. This is a biological stasis. My mood shifting to manic places. Wish I laughed and kept the good friendships. Watch life, here I go again. Anyone who has dealt or is dealing with mental health issues, you feel that first line where she says, turning up the emotional faders, keep repeating self-hating phrases. I have heard enough of these voices, almost like I have no choice. Because you don't, because you're effed up in the head biologically, and it just is what it is. We got to deal with it. All my depressed people out there, throw your hands up at me. We in this together, y'all. And I just love the way that she takes on this topic on this track that is just so dancey, and just, it's like, it's dark, but the track is just so that you don't even pay attention or realize that, like, she's really getting deep there, talking about mental health and being medicated on mental health, because she says pop a 911, which is like the emergency pill that gets, you know, us people that are depressive or bipolar or whatever back on track, you know, our medicine. The track is dance, so like I said, it has a dark feel to it. It's definitely up there with like Rain on Me as far as my favorite tracks on the album. It's just catchy. It's super catchy. My biggest enemy is me, Papa 911. Love, 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 love this track. Gaga says it's about an antipsychotic that I take, and it's because I can't always control the things that my brain does. I know that. And I have to take medication to stop the process that occurs. Keep my dolls inside diamond boxes, save it till I know I'm going to drop this. Front I've built around me, oasis, paradise is in my hands, holding on so tight to this status. It's not real, but I'll try to grab it. Keep myself in beautiful places, paradise is in my hands. So like I said, she's talking about mental health, she's talking about medication, but the song is just a bop. Like, gosh, it's such a good song. The next song that we hear is called Plastic Doll. There's a clear message, I feel like, throughout this whole album of Gaga asserting her strength, femininity, and power in all areas and relationships in her life. And this song really continues that theme. Gaga is just letting it be known to her boo that she's the perfect doll, per se, but don't treat her as such. She's saying she's down to do this thing because she spent so long dancing alone, dancing to the same song. This is just, and this is also like another fun song to sing. Don't play with me. It just hurts me. I don't know. It's just a type of pop I feel like you don't hear a lot of days. It kind of gives me like an 80s pop vibe a little bit. It kind of also reminds me of a lot of like underground pop that I hear these days, which is really like staying true to the 90s teen pop, bubblegum pop like era of music, with artists such as Liz and Slater and Aisha Erotica and Namasenda, Donatachi, That Kid, just to name a few. They're really keeping that pure bubblegum pop futuristic Y2K sound alive. So let's get into Sour Candy, Lady Gaga featuring K-pop group Blackpink. Sour Candy is one of my jams, okay? If you can't tell, if you didn't know, now you know. Sour Candy is it's a good song, just all around. Like I said, it features a K-pop group, Blackpink. I haven't been able to actually get into the music itself of K-pop. I am exploring a little more. I'm trying to find some artists I could really get into. So if you like K-pop music, comment down below. Let me know some artists that I should start with and get into and listen to like really get into K-pop. I'm familiar with like 2NE1, Girls' Generation. I think that's the next one. Of course, BTS. But yeah, needless to say, I thought it was dope that Gaga collaborated with this K-pop group. I think Nicki Minaj is probably one of the first people that I saw collaborate American-wise with a K-pop group when she collaborated with BTS and what's Korea? You know, I've been a boss all in my career. I don't know, but Gaga, she can conquer any genre, any collaboration. It doesn't matter. I want to see her just continue to do that. I want to see Gaga continue to step into every lane. If you want to step into country girl, go over there a little bit like she did on Joanne. If you want to just step into, you know, go collaborate with Bjork. Why not? I would love to hear a Bjork and Lady Gaga collaborate. The track did get little criticism. People were saying that it sounds like Katy Perry and Nicki Minaj's Swish Swish, that doom, 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 which it does, but it doesn't bite it. Like, I just think it is kind of like a familiar house dance sound. The song definitely stands on its own. It's one of my favorite tracks on the album. I think that these two worlds, Gaga and K-pop, collided perfectly and gave us a just a perfect pop song that makes me just want to vogue and be like, giggity, giggity, ow, cow, bow. That's my voguing. Y'all like that? Y'all like that? That was high, right? So the next song after Sour Candy is Enigma. Enigma is was also the name, I think, of one of the 2 Gaga shows that she has in Vegas. She has one where it's like she's doing like jazz standards and it's very cute. And then she also has the Enigma one, which is more the Gaga pop, you know, one that, you know, more upbeat. Enigma gives me 90s dance vibes. I think it's like the piano in it Tell me, like, if you like that 90s like dance music and house music and stuff like that, tell me that you could not hear CeCe Peniston, Crystal Waters, or Robin S. singing on Enigma. I think that would be so dope. Or, ooh, imagine Martha freaking Wash singing Enigma. That would be amazing. Can people start using Martha Wash again? Can y'all reach out to Martha Wash and get her to do background vocals on your songs? Or do the chorus, the bridge, or something? Martha Wash is still with us, right? She's still with us. I'm pretty sure she's still with us. And I'm pretty sure she can still sing her face off. So y'all need to call Martha Wash, for sure, for sure. I carry on in the eye of the storm. Gaga's vocal over this dance beat, though, I say to bring those artists in just to say that I could hear them singing on this, because Gaga's vocal is so beautiful, strong, soulful over this dance track, and it just gives me everything. Like I said, the piano in the background leading to the beat is what really gives me that 90s vibe. And this is another one that just makes me want to vogue the house down. That's my part. Ooh! What? All right, that's all I got to do that. Y'all have to go listen to the album. Enigma is my jam. It is absolutely my jam. Enigma is one after a couple drinks. I'll be up in my house in my drawers dancing around. Talking about like, is it all in my head? It's such a good song. Such a great song. The next song after Enigma is Replay. Replay almost gives me like a disco vibe. Imagine if Nile Rodgers had a hand in this. Oh my gosh, that just would have made it even better. I would love to hear Lady Gaga and Nile Rodgers come together on something. Oh my gosh, that would be so good. Like, did you guys hear that song that Nile Rodgers and Christina Aguilera did together? Woo, so good. So yeah, I would love to hear them do something. But regardless, this is a hot song. It's another fave on the album. So to get into the lyrics a little bit, the scars on my mind are on replay. It just amazes me how good Gaga is at taking like serious, heart-wrenching, heartbreaking, painful topics and turning them into these pop bops. It kind of sounds to me like she's talking about sexual assault or PTSD on this track, or PTSD from sexual assault, when she says, "Your monsters torture me." Let's pause there, okay? Let's pull the car over right there. Park it like it's hot, park it like it's hot, okay? Your monsters torture me. That's a powerful line, because when we allow our dark and painful memories to stay on replay, or they get triggered by something or someone, it's the person that hurt us and their demons that are torturing us. It's nothing that we're doing. It's nothing that has anything to do with us. It is that person's pain that they have projected onto us that now we have to live with and walk with day in and day out. And it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. Because it's, like I said, it's nothing that you've done. It's nothing that has anything to do with you. It's just that you're a casualty of their evil and the dark stuff that they never dealt with. Am I still alive? Where am I? I cry. Who was it that pulled the trigger? Was it you or I? I'm completely numb. Why are you acting dumb? I won't blame myself because we both know you were the one. I think that refers to the person who hurt you, gaslighting you, trying to downplay their role in hurting you. I would love to hear Gaga go further into this track and the meaning behind it. So now we are into Chromatica Part 3, guys. Let's get into Chromatica Part 3 and see where our journey is taking us towards the end of this album. It sounds more upbeat, it sounds more hopeful, right? It sounds like we've been through the journey, like we're kind of like coming out the rubble of the big battle, and we're seeing the sun, and we're seeing the hopefulness. I like it. It's the end right there. It's so beautiful. Oh, that's so beautiful. What is that? What instrument would that be? So, it's some kind of horn. Anyways, that's beautiful. So Chromatica 3 takes us into Sign from Above, which is Lady Gaga and Elton John's song. Lady Gaga says, S-I-N-E, because it's a sound wave. That sound, sign from above, is what healed me to be able to dance my way out of this album. I heard one sign from above, I heard one sign from above, then the signal split into the sound created stars like me and you. Before there was love, there was silence. I heard one sign and it healed my hurt. Heart heard a sign. That was later in the recording process that I actually was like, and now let me pay tribute to the very thing that has revived me, and that is music. Sign from Above is a good song. It's a beautiful duet. But I kind of wish that they slowed it down for this part a little bit because it keeps the album's pace. It's a dance song. But I guess when I first saw that, like, oh, Gaga and Elton John together, I expected them to slow it down and give me an old nasty ballad where they would both just be singing their faces off. And I kind of wish they did that, but only just because Sir Elton John's voice gets a little lost in the track for me. Oh, I don't know. But I love the song. I love that melody. There's something very classic about it. The whole album gives me a very classic vibe. I would love to know exactly what Gaga was listening to when she went into making this album. It's clear that she was inspired by like 90s pop and electro and dance and house music. But it's a good song. I really love that melody of I heard one sign. It's just so pretty to me. The song really displays Gaga's vocal ability when she goes from that soft and angelic melody to just belting out in the very next line. I feel like, now just follow me here, okay? Are you following me? Walk with me, okay, friend? I feel like I would have loved to hear somebody like Madonna or Cher on this track. Madonna would have killed it vocally. This song just really would have suited her. I don't think besides like the SNL little stint that they did that Gaga and Madonna have actually worked together, and I'm waiting for that big moment. I really hope that we get that moment one day. But even Cher I think would have been good on the track, but just imagine Madonna on this track with Gaga. That would have sounded so good. So good. What really kind of threw me for a loop was towards the end of the song. It takes this turn where the beat completely switches up and it goes into like this electronic, almost like UK garage type sound, which I thought was super dope because I did not see that coming, but I live for a surprise beat switch, so I thought that was super dope. Next song is 1,000 Doves, because there could be 1,000 doves in a room and 999 of them won't believe in you, but just one does, and that dove could be Bradley Cooper. I love this song. I absolutely love this song so much. It's so good. I would love to hear her do this song live with like a big old gospel choir. I love it. I think that it's well written and beautifully sung. 1,000 Doves is a song that I'll definitely be playing for a very long time. It's just good. It's a good, uplifting, feel-good song, kind of like Roar, like Fireworks, Born This Way type of thing. It just feels good. It's a song that makes me feel good inside, and I really enjoy it. Lift Me Up, Give Me a Start, because I've been flying with some broken arms. Lift me up, just a small nudge, and I'll be flying like 1,000 doves. I feel like Gaga is talking to someone, telling them to listen to her. She's pleading for them to listen to her and to support her, and she'll support them too, because they need each other at the end of the day. But she's been stuck inside this cage, broken, and needs a supportive love to set her free. But if you can't do that, baby, then leave, she says, then bye. But this is a track that I see myself playing regularly. I think it would be a great next single if she does release another one off this album, and chooses not to acknowledge 911, which actually probably should be the next single because it's just so damn good. Or Sour Candy, which I think actually has a lyric video out now. I don't know if we're gonna get a video because of these crazy times, but I would love that. I can see this being like a talent show, like a reality television talent show staple for people like auditioning for X Factor or The Voice or whatever. I can see them singing this song. It's just a good song. I already put it on my shower playlist because I know that when I go on tour and on my live shower tour, I want this on there on the set list. So the final song on the album is Babylon. This is the perfect way to end this journey on the planet of Chromatica. This is Gaga 2020. It's exactly what I thought Gaga would sound like in everything of my gay ass dreams. She's sticking true to the 90s dance house theme. The song reminds me a lot of Janet Jackson's song Throb, off of her Janet album. it just makes me want to put on an oversized blazer and some baggy dress pants, like, you know, a la 90s, and walk a runway, you know, with a fedora or something. It's just fabulous. It's just a fabulous song. That's like really all I can say about it. And like I said, it's a perfect way to end the album. It's another one of my faves off the albums. Overall, I love the album. I thought the album flowed nicely. It was clearly inspired by dance and house music of the 90s, but it still sounded fresh. It never sounded like it was trying to be anything else other than what it was. It felt like GaGa got back to her roots and her true essence that we just really love from her. She said she really wanted this to be an album for people to dance to, and I think that if that was your goal, sweetie, then you accomplished it, because this is a dance album. It's a perfect pop album. I love it, and it just never loses its momentum. No matter what the subject matter was, it never loses its momentum. I would give the album 5 stars, honestly. I love the record. It's cohesive. The transitions into each section of the album are genius. There's a lot of bops on this album that I know that I'm going to be playing years and years from now. Blood Pop was the main collaborator and co-writer on this album. I hope that Blood Pop and GaGa do some more work together. Clearly they work very well together. Great duo. Nothing but respect for these two. I love about 10 out of 13 songs. I know it says 16 songs, but 3 of those songs are the interludes and intros or whatever. So my favorite songs in order are 911, and then Babylon, Rain on Me, Replay, Sour Candy, 1000 Doves, Alice, Enigma. Actually, I think I'm gonna switch Enigma and Alice. Stupid Love, and Plastic Doll, in that order. In that order, in that order, in that order, in that order. But y'all should definitely go buy the album. It's $11.99 on iTunes. All the music that I talk about, I purchased because I think it's so important to actually buy music instead of just streaming it. No matter how I feel about an album, if I'm going to talk about it, I'm going to buy it. Just support music, support artists that you really like, even if you just buy their singles for $1.29. Do that, please, y'all. Buy music. But I say all that to say, if you love GaGa, you're gonna love this album. If you used to love GaGa, but you fell off somewhere around Born This Way, art pop era, you're going to love this album. If you love pop music, you're gonna love this album. If you love 90s music, you're gonna love this album. If you love dance and house and electro music, you're going to love this album. If you love the dance, whether you can or not, you're going to love this album. It's just a good album. But tell me what you guys think about the album down below. What are your favorite songs? What did you think about the songs? What did you think about the lyrics? There's a lot of powerful lyrics throughout this album. What did you think about the collaborations? Let's talk about it, y'all. I will reply. I want to know exactly what you guys think about it. Let's have a conversation down below. But I love you for watching, friend. Thank you so much for coming and talking about this album with me. I'm gonna try to get another video posted. At least every Wednesday is my goal, but life is life, so we'll see what happens. But I'm glad that we were able to reconnect and talk about this new Lady Gaga album. Make sure that you go buy it or just go listen to it. Whatever floats your boat, friend. But I love you for watching. Thank you for listening to me, friend. I appreciate you. And thank you for being a friend. All right, well, make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. Bye.